It's your boy G, and we back on the line. Now, I got a very special guest here with me today. Very near and dear to my heart. My partner. Been my partner for a good minute. I remember the first project we was on. Introduce yourself to these folks.
What's up, y'all? My name Young Elder. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm a junior at Coppin State University, social work major. My heart smiles, heartbeat. I cook a little, I rap a little, I cut a little bit of hair, I do a little bit of everything. Facilitator, working with my man's G channel. You already know how we get down.
Jack of all trades is a master of none. I don't want to say she ain't mastered none of them. I feel like she mastered all of them and do them at the same time. You's a GOAT. You've been that GOAT. I got a question for real. Where did you come up with that nickname? Where did you come up with your nickname, Elder and Baby Goat? Because you got a bunch.
First of all, Baby Goat was given to me by G Channel, the one and only. Second, Young Elder. I love this question. My cousin gave me this name when I was like 14 years old. But when he first gave it to me, I didn't really adapt it. He just kind of like prophesied over me. Your name, Young Elder. I'm like, what is that? What is a young
it's like
elder?
Opposite.
Yeah, like what is a young elder? He like, you young but you wise. But at the moment, I didn't see my wisdom. You know, I wasn't walking in it or anything like that. So, yeah, he just said, you young elder. And for a long time, I was like, yeah, whatever. And then when I got older, I was like, oh, okay. I see what you mean. And I just kind of stuck for real. But Young Elder, the people I love call me Elder. You know.
It has been a journey. I must say, before I knew who you was, before I met you and spoke to you, I heard about you. Mm-hmm. So when Miss Joni says that, you know, she says, I believe this to a lot of us, she says that your name is in rooms that you've never stepped foot in.
Mm.
That was definitely the case. Like, it was definitely the case. I remember you told me something about this girl not knowing who you was, and she wanted to join Heart Smiles. Mm-hmm. Tell these folks that story, because that was just funny.
First of all, I don't remember that story.
Okay.
But all I know is how you want to join Heart Smiles and you don't know what Elder is.
It don't make no sense. It's like literally the face of it. So, what is your definition of happiness, and do you feel like you might have achieved it or will achieve it in life?
My definition of happiness, honestly, I feel like happiness and peace gotta go hand in hand.
Yeah.
You know, when you find inner peace within yourself, that's when you really can be happy. And just being content with what you have and not wanting more or like yearning for more.
That also speaks to me in a way because, you know, it's kind of a thing that is said to us so early on. I don't know about everybody, but I've been told in my life a lot. Never be content.
Yeah.
And never be content is interesting, but at some point you gotta have a cap.
I feel like there's a difference between being content and settling. Because when you settle, you just like, you know it can be better. But when you content, you say, I'm blessed and I'm grateful for what God gave me. And all you have is all you need. Yes. So if you work with what you got, then you're going to succeed.
It definitely falls that way. And there are some times where you don't have everything that you need, and you got to make do with that so that you can get more. Mm-hmm. So I totally, understand what you are saying in that way. And do you think, do you have any type of thoughts on how someone who feels as though they're going through such this rough time and tragedy and don't know what peace is, probably never knew what peace is, how do you think that they could go about finding it?
How could somebody who doesn't know what peace is go about finding peace for themselves? Honestly, I feel like you got to look inward. You got to really find out, spend time with yourself. Because a lot of times when you're young, you always around your friends, you always around different people. And you're adapting different pieces of different people. And you don't know who you are and what you want to be. And we still young. I'm still in that transition too. So I just would say, taking a deep dive and spending quality alone time with yourself and understanding, well, what does elder like? You know, what does elder like to do? How does elder like to be treated? And that'll kind of show other people how you want to be treated and how you want to be accepted in the world for real.
In life, we face a lot of adversity. I must say, there's been trials and tribulations getting over these journeys and these barrels of life that we walk through. What's some of the ways that you combated that?
Man, art.
Definitely.
Art, man. For sure. So when I was younger, it was listening to music and like learning music. You know, learning Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne was my go-to. That's who I learned how to rap from. And then I realized, well, I didn't realize, but my mother told me, like, this is not good music. You know, you can't keep putting this in your spirit for real. So then I started listening to artists like Lecrae and Eddie Mineo. Started listening to songs like that. And I was like, well, if they could do it, I could do it. I just started rapping. I just learned their lyrics, transformed them, made my own lyrics, and that's how I express myself. And if I would be in a situation like, I remember one time, I don't even know, I think I got into a real bad fight with my mother. And I ran outside. I got in the car. I just got in her car, sat in the back seat, and just wrote a song, rolled out how I was feeling. And it was a banger. Like, I just wrote out how I was feeling. And it was an outlet to help me get some of the things I was feeling out. And then as I got older, you know, I started doing other stuff, you know, like cooking. Started cooking more. During the pandemic, that was a big way that Cam and I, my sister, we came up with a business called Quarantine Delights. That was our outlet. We love to cook and cooking for other people, selling food, stuff like that. Now that I'm in college, I cut hair. So just finding different forms of art to really just channel the things that we're going through and things that I go through personally.
I definitely feel like in each season of your life, a different piece of art came in and swooped you up. Definitely swooped you up. When you was going through it real bad with Mom, music hit. When you wasn't going through it with nobody, but everything was just in a place where we never seen nothing like COVID before. Food come back. And so, you know what? We in college, COVID over. Me and Mom's on good terms.
Need some money. Right, need some money.
Barber, excuse me. Shape up here and there. Where did that come from? Like, that was just out of, like, it was just out of crazy faith that all of those things, that it took people stay in different fields. They stay in those fields for years and get to a certain level. The reason why I say jack of all trades and master of none is like, you can see it in you. You stayed there at the right time, you jumped. And yeah, when I was younger too, I used to do other stuff. Like, I used to want to be a jockey when I was younger. Like, I really loved horses. And when I was younger, my mother got into a car accident. And I used to go to horseback riding camp. And I used to ride. And, I was good. Because, mind you, I'm small, so it's easy, like, for me to ride a horse. And I didn't even realize, like, that was my outlet. Like, when I would have a bad day, I ride the horse. And I'd run around, go real fast, things like that. And it would kind of be like, I can't control my life right now, but I can control this horse. You know? So it was kind of just like, that was an outlet for me. And I used to swim, too. What else? Jack of all trades, bro.
Listen, my grandparents kept me active. They kept me active. Swimming, horseback riding, all types of stuff.
Let's walk back on to the grandparents, because I love my grandparents. Listen, if grandparents were not what they are, life would be so much different for me. It really falls in that category of fundamental. Literally.
Essential.
Yes, come on now. We needed that. Like, oh man, I've never heard anybody say that they wanted to be a jockey before. I don't hear too many people speak about horses. I don't hear too many people speak about these things. At least
gymnastics. Oh yeah, yo, I did
gymnastics too.
I did gymnastics.
What school?
I went to GER something.
GER?
I don't remember what it was called.
GER?
I don't know.
I was at Curtis Bay Elementary when I was wrestling and doing gymnastics. That's a combination, isn't it? It was interesting. Curtis Bay Elementary Middle. Yep, around the age of like 11 or 12. I've been here since I was 9, and it has been an interesting couple of years since being here. But definitely meeting some great people. I must say, I'll go ahead out there and spit it out, because we in Baltimore right now, and which I will not do is attack me when I tell y'all this. I ain't care too much about the city. Still don't. Not that much.
Wow.
Didn't care too much about the city because I didn't understand the culture. I didn't understand nothing. Really, I just seen it as like a very bad place with very bad memories. And there were some good people along the way. One time, Miss Joni put us on a project. Well, not a project. She put us on an event together, me and Elder. And we both showed up early. So, well, we really didn't show up early. They was just late, but we gonna say we showed up early. Leadership. We trying to be better leaders. But yeah, we showed up early. Miss Joni gave us some money. She said, why don't y'all go get some food or do something? And we was having a nice conversation about other things. But then we coming back and we hit dirt bikes and we hit marching bands and everything like that. And this person sat there and really showed me the culture of Baltimore City in such a way better view than I thought it'd be possible. You sat there and I remember you said, this is what we represent. We represent two-stepping, we represent dirt bikes, one wheelie, and there is an entire program, nonprofit organization dedicated to making dirt bike riders more safe and putting them on the, in different dirt bike arenas and stuff like that. That is awesome. And they're trying to protect that because that's a part of their culture. Mm-hmm. Getting chased by the police from a dirt bike, that's not what we want. But we still want to hear the engine, so we're going to put them in an arena. Shout out to 360. That is the nonprofit organization that does that for the dirt bikes and such. Dirt bikes. And then we heard this marching band coming out from elementary school that I don't know the name of. Nobody did. But you could hear the drums and all of that. And we was a good couple feet away. And that was just like, to this day, I still keep that in mind anytime something happens, that there is still some good in Charm City.
Yeah. Charm City. Hey, yo, who goes to that?
Not many. Not many anymore, but because you showed me what you showed me, I realized they're still good here.
Oh yeah, it's good people. And I honestly, I think about it like this. Every action comes out of love. Everything we do is from love, even when it's bad. Like, if that makes sense. Like,
it does.
If you kill somebody, it's because
you love somebody who they may have hurt. Right.
It's all love. It's just sometimes it's misdirected. So
I never thought that to be possible. That I never seen it that way. I personally did. What are some of your favorite experiences that you have had in life so far?
What? Favorite experiences, man. Yeah. Maybe I should have looked at the questions, right?
Yeah. Stuff that go up like at the tippy top.
Can we go back to this question? I need some time to think, man.
It's hard, isn't it?
I'm 21. I had a lot.
You had a lot.
So, yeah, right? I'm like 21, right?
Yeah, you had a lot so far.
Wait, let me think.
If you want to come back, we can.
Graduating was cool.
It was cool?
Not during COVID, though.
Oh.
I didn't walk across the stage. I graduated from my living room.
I ain't gonna lie.
I graduated from my living room. They put my name on the screen. They didn't even put my picture up.
Oh, they going straight to hell. I want y'all to know whoever did that, you going
to hell. Park?
Come
on.
Listen.
That staff is crazy.
Oh, y'all going straight to the depths. Y'all going straight to the depths. Listen, when I tell you. When I got stories. Oh, when I tell you, y'all going straight. Wow, graduating in COVID.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. How was doing work in COVID? How was going to school in COVID?
I didn't, you said going, I'm like, nobody went to school.
Yeah, not going to school, but actually doing school.
Well, first of all, COVID happened during my second semester of senior year. So it wasn't really a lot of work getting done. teachers just gave packets, and I'm like, how you gonna grade it? How you gonna grade it? You want me to send you a picture of all this?
That is that's a good way to think about it.
Yeah, senior year, COVID sucked, and freshman year in college sucked because it was in COVID too. Really had no friends, no college interaction. It was literally the worst.
Jesus. But we stepping down.
But yeah, we stepping down. We're from Miss Coppin.
You doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Lamar, who y'all will see in the next episode because he just got accepted to Coppin University. He transferred from Morgan. Go Bears. Not really. Seemed like everybody running away from the Bears.
All right.
It just seemed like that. I'm just calling it like the Kia is. Okay. From besides
who's in charge of this?
Sadly, me. That's why it's so crazy. But besides graduating, right? And I can definitely, step to one of these questions. One of my greatest experiences in life so far, Jesus, has been seeing my growth. Every now and again I do, actually look and calculate. Well, I was here.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm here.
Right.
And I don't mean to get churchy on you, but I'm not where I want to be, but I sure as hell ain't where I used to be.
See, I'm kind of in that stage where, like, I look back and it's parts where I'm like, I missed that part. Mm. But then it's like, do you really? You weren't really where you wanted to be. I'm like, well, you weren't where you needed to be, but I was comfortable.
Listen.
So
what she said? Come on now, your comfort zone is where your dreams go to.
Listen, yeah, but yeah, I look back at my growth too, and I get really happy about how far I came.
I get it though. Looking back at your innocence, because that's what it was. The younger you were, the more innocent you were. So maybe looking at your innocence and seeing, doing all of this stuff, I was having a bit of nostalgia yesterday. I found one of me, and I don't know if anybody still uses Facebook Messenger. I contact older family members on it, and I was like looking at me and my cousin Richard's messages, and just was scrolling all the way up to the top, and listening to the stupid stuff we were saying as kids, and it was hilarious.
I don't want to see anything I said.
Yeah, it was very, it was very embarrassing, but it was just for me.
I would be very disappointed in myself.
Oh, so listen. He was definitely not a leader. Little Greg was definitely not a leader. Okay, I don't even know if he would have made it today. Definitely not a leader. But some people in life have a interesting, to say the least, relationship with God, disbelief, or even all the way hate him. What's your relationship with God?
My relationship with God is my best friend. When I pray, sometimes I just talk. Out and he hears me. Me and God, man, we done been through some stuff, for real. But I know that he is guiding me every step of the way. I thank him every time I wake up. I'm like, oh, yes.
Did it again.
another day in the game. Like,
oh, my God.
So, yeah, I'm excited. Me and God, we getting somewhere. He helping me. And I'm excited the way he's going to take me. And I listen. I try my best to listen when he tells me to do stuff.
Obedience. Has it always been that way?
I mean, my mom, she's Christian, so I grew up in the church. But as you get older, you have to figure out your own relationship with God. Because people will say this, people will say that. And if it's not obvious enough, I'm gay. So those two things usually don't go hand in hand.
Are you serious?
What?
Gay? You say so? No, never.
So yeah, it can be hard sometimes. Like, well, because God still loved me. A lot of times I used to question that, but like I wouldn't be here. Like I tried to take my life multiple times, and I speak on that. And God was like, "Nah, not yet." You feel me? Like, nah, not yet. So must be here for something. So and it's like, here's what I say: God speaks to me. So how could you tell me He don't love me? Why would He talk to me if He don't love me?
Anybody tell my gay friend that God don't love him, I'm standing
Straight
in
up.
the face. For Jesus. I'm going to do it for Jesus.
Listen, this podcast is going to be edited.
I hope. I spend hours upon hours of editing. But I ain't going to take that part out. I'm not going to take that part out. No. But on a serious note, there are a lot of eternal warfares that go on in the spiritual life. And it's mainly coming from people who you might not know, or just looking and reading at certain things like, oh, wait a minute, I did not know this was a sin. I did this like 10 times. Who knew this was a sin? Nobody told me. And does He still love me? Do we get, does my prayers get higher than my ceiling to this day? And I'll speak on it. My situation, my relationship with God it did not start the best way, as most people did. You said you grew up in the church, and even I know a lot of friends who have been exposed to that relationship or that Christianity, their version of it or whatever, and from their parents. I'm gonna be giving it frank with y'all. God came to me in a dream. Nobody in my entire family is a Christian. None of them have the faith of a mustard seed to say he truly lives. So one day I was just, I had this Bible that I had picked up. I was just like, I'm gonna read it one day, and I read it. I was like, man, I'll tell you right now, we're gonna figure this out today if he real or not. Because everybody, you can literally not go 3 scrolls in TikTok and not find some Illuminati video. So everybody in the world.
What's your For You page look like?
My For You page is all types of Christianity and trends, literally. But like, even still, that happens. Like you can't you watch too much YouTube at 3 o'clock in the morning, you're gonna see something about the devil, and so people believe that the devil is real. Yet I don't see that much for Jesus. But until I started following, subscribing, and this, that, and the third, that's when I started seeing, that community is out there. But I was like, you know what? And this, I don't recommend it, but this is what I did. I sat down in my room as a kid, and I said, I'm going to make a deal. Make a deal with God and the devil. I said, God, it is your job to keep me alive until 18. Devil, it's your job to kill me. I hated my life at the time. I was in Baltimore. I said, if a gun go in my hand, I'm going to use it to get me. Look, y'all do y'all job to the best of your ability. Jesus, if you keep me alive, I'll serve you forever. I'm still here.
Right, moral of the story.
I'm still here. I'm still here. And that will always be my testimony. Many things that I went through. Yes, I tried to take my own life. All of these things. But none of that matters because I'm still here. Day to day I wake up, I'm still here. So I can definitely say that you definitely got to find your own relationship no matter how it starts. Let's pray it ends with you finishing your race the way He intended, but no matter how it starts, you got to find your own relationship with the Lord.
Definitely.
What are some key components in your life that may keep you mellow or happy? Grounded, yes. Not up in the air. I mean, you be up in the air sometimes, though. You competitive. So
I be chilling. What are some things that help keep me? Well, I mean, over time it changes, Different things change. I love music. Just listening to it sometimes. I don't always like to make music.
Yeah.
But sometimes just listening to music and being part of the music scene really kind of helps me, you know, express myself or like, you know, bring myself down. I love community, just being in community with people, things like that, for real.
For those of you folks that do not know, which might be a lot, this person loved the kids, and the kids.
I love the kids.
Love her.
I love the kids.
They put her in Matthew A. Henson within the week she was running the school. Listen, I don't know if I remember it that well, but I remember you coming out with a cape and a bunch of kids going, "This we will work for, we will not work, we will not work." They started a riot, and she was the leader of the riot.
Yo, I don't remember that part.
Oh, you don't remember that part?
I don't remember.
You and them kids was running that school.
We were. We were.
But how was that?
Words can't even explain how much I love working with kids. Like, they the future, and it's like I see the hope in their eyes. Like, I see the future when I look at them, and it's like I like listening to them and hear what they got to say and hear how they feel and stuff like that. And just being that support system, like, they literally, like, for a long time were my joy. Like, my joy. Deep joy. Like, I wake up 6 a.m, like, ready.
Gotta see the kids.
Gotta see the kids. Like, so I'm ready to go back to that.
You coming back this summer?
No, I'm coming back in January. In January, yeah, I'm gonna go finish volunteering my time at Matthew A. Henson.
Oh, I thought that, now I could be wrong, but I assumed that they made you a full-time employee.
No.
It's gonna happen.
I mean, that's great, but I'm still a full-time student.
Yeah.
So the education comes first. You know, so I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm committing to a job and I know I got schoolwork to do. But, like, the sacrifices that I made to be at that school were kind of like, it didn't even really seem like sacrifices. Like, I wake up, go to the school, go to class, on my lunch break, go back to the school, then go back to class.
I remember. I was there.
It was just my life, and I loved it, for real.
Look, staying busy sometimes don't feel like that. It feel good to stay busy sometimes.
Yeah.
You have, like, having a good productive day lined up and completing all of it make you want to go to bed as soon as you go.
Superhero.
What? It's like getting through that workout
Yeah,
that you
ain't
ain't want to
like
talk to. Yeah, I swear to God. What are some things you wish you knew with you when you were younger?
Some things I wish I knew when I was younger. Some of the things kind of sound cliche, but it's true. Nobody cares what they think. Seriously, like, at all. Nobody cares. It doesn't matter what they think at all. Like, I heard this quote that was like, never get in the trap of caring what they think and thinking that they care. Because in reality, they don't. Like, a lot of times people might care, but, like, everybody is their main character of their own book, for real.
Yeah.
And they're not focused on you. They're not focused on what you got going on. They're not.
Bless you. I'm gonna tell y'all something about that. And you know, I'm gonna tell you what. It's gonna make me mad. It's gonna make me mad. Bastards.
What?
Yup, straight like that. We're gonna go ahead and shame them. My parents, I don't know why, but nobody developed the habit of me saying bless you. To me, as a kid, I ain't hear it too much, I guess. I don't know how people got it. Listen, I don't know if y'all can see Charity in the background. This story for you, just for everybody. Listen, I've never got that habit. And so when people sneeze and somebody else says bless you before me, which is gonna happen.
Right.
Oh, I get angry.
You get angry.
I get mad because, like, that should have been me.
Are you venting right now?
I am very much trauma dumping on you at the moment.
All right.
But yes, that is a funny little tale in my life. Because
I don't know what I was saying before I sneezed.
You were saying about you were talking about a nice quote.
Right. Everybody's the main character in their own story. So thinking that people care about what you got going on is delusion.
Needed that.
It is. Needed that. So that's what I would want myself to know.
You heard it here first. No one cares about you. Straight from baby go. No one cares about you. Find yourself a new support system. Lean on Jesus. He's the only one. No. If you got good parents, love them. If you got good friends, love them. Be a good friend. What are 3 books you would recommend to my audience and why?
Oh, that's easy.
Okay.
First one, The 4 Agreements. It's the smallest book I ever read, and it is literally the biggest, most powerful book. It's the second most powerful book to the Bible, if you ask me.
Yeah, definitely. Bible stands tall.
4 Agreements. Atomic Habits is a really good one.
Never heard of that, but I want to read that.
Never heard of that one.
Need to read that.
And I've never really been an avid reader.
So much for easy, though.
So these are really, if I'm saying read them, definitely check them out.
What's the third?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay, I'll take it. We'll take it because those are 2 great books.
Green Eggs and Ham. It's a really good one.
Praise Dr. Seuss and all of his workings. Praise him.
It's better me answer the question than leave it blank, right?
Yes. Yes, it is. I do truly appreciate that. What is your thought on relationships? And what does it take to make a good relationship work? Or relationship work in general? My
thoughts on relationships.
Yes.
I feel like the relationship that you're in, like your partner is a reflection of who you are, for real. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they can be a reflection of who you are in that stage, in that moment. Mm-hmm. So, in order to have a good relationship, is you gotta have people who are hot, humble, open, and transparent.
Okay.
You gotta be honest. Like, be honest with yourself and be honest with that person. Like, you can't come to the relationship trying to be somebody that you're not, because, like I said, they're a reflection of that stage. Mm-hmm. So if you're not being 100%, then you're not even you're gonna be getting something back that's like, what is this? You don't know what this is. What is exactly this? Who is this person? You know, what have I gotten myself into? You know, so 2 hot people who are, you know, willing to become the best versions of themselves. I feel like, yeah, together and separately.
Yeah, unity is, I must say, interesting in this generation. Relationships are frowned upon nowadays, and I just wanted to make sure I'm pretty much how can I say, people that folks look up to. You know, toxic behavior.
I think the opposite.
You do?
I feel like relationships are overrated.
Overrated?
I feel like everybody, if you're not in a like, come on. Everybody want to be relationship goals. If you single, what you doing? You know? And a lot of times we need to normalize being single. You know, normalize spending that time by yourself, for real.
It came up earlier in this here podcast, and I must say in this moment, we definitely have different For You pages. We definitely do, because I can't tell you how many folks that sit there and tell, like, just, they literally take their time to tell strangers, if you got a girlfriend, she cheating on you, go to the gym. What? Like, that's insane. And then the other half is just like telling girls that, which I don't believe anyone needs a man or needs a woman, but they're like, oh, you don't need a man, you don't need a woman, stay on your grind, get money, and that's it. Mm-hmm. This one girl called all of them out and said, there going to be a lot of rich aunties who are rich, no kids, no husband, and miserable because they're aunties, they're not mothers. Sometimes that hurts, and I'm like, it depends. Where do you stand on that?
On what?
Or where do you stand on... Do you feel like people need each other? Like, the man and the woman need to be together? Or do you feel like it's okay for them to be separate?
I feel like you need to know you before you can come into a partnership. I feel like we all need somebody. We're not created to be alone. You know, God made the sun and said this is good. God made the trees and said this is good. God made man and said this is bad. And then he made the woman And then he said, this is good, when he put them together. So, we're supposed to be together.
Yeah.
Whether we're in intimate relationships or whether we're just platonic. We need each other.
I couldn't say it better myself.
I mean, it's words straight out of elder mouth, you know?
Straight out of elder mouth. Cited from the Bible.
Cited
from the Bible.
T-Channel has a problem with citing things.
You are trying to play on my phone. Listen here. 2 simple y'all, I almost sent y'all all the way. 2 simple quotes. Really? 2 simple quotes. Okay. Baltimore City College, set me free. Set me free, that's all I'm saying. So, do you have any tips or tricks or advice for those people who feel as though they want to embark on this journey of a relationship, and mainly for those folks of young ages that feel like they want to embark on this relationship?
Well, I used to hate when people used to be like everybody know Lauryn Hill, you know, it's like, oh, you too young to be in love, you know, this is puppy love. No, you're not too young to be in love. You're not too young to feel love. But at the end of the day, if you're trying to embark in a partnership, I feel like tips, like I said, you got to be open with yourself and you got to be open with your partner.
Definitely.
About who you are, what your intentions are. Y'all both on the same page. Y'all both trying to go to the same place. You know, y'all don't both have to have the same goals, but they at least have to align. You know, because I've been in many relationships where that person is just taking me wherever they going. And I don't need to go there.
Don't.
So, yeah.
Okay. I got this other question. I feel like I know the answer, but I want you to go deep with it. Because it's obvious that it's a yes. Looking back on everything, your entire life, from start to finish, that you can remember. Do you think it was all worth it to be where you are now?
Yeah. There was some decisions that I made that I wish I could, of course, undo. But, you know, that's why I say you can't get in a time machine and go and undo the future because it's going to change and stuff like that. So, also, the experiences that I've been through have activated my empathy. So, I look at situations different. I understand people's situations differently. So, yeah, it was definitely all worth it. 100%.
Is there any questions you feel like you wish I would have asked you?
I'm glad you didn't ask me what's next, because people always ask me, oh, so Elder, what's next? I don't know.
Unlike everybody else, to be honest, because that's it. Look, I don't know if y'all see it or not. I was looking at the questions. To be honest, that's done. I don't really care what's next, because we have this song that says, even if he doesn't do another thing, he's done enough. So even if you don't do another thing, you've done enough. And I can care less what's next. I know it's going to be something next, because you are under that elevation ladder.
Yeah.
Especially in this time of your life, you're definitely under that elevation ladder. If you thought graduating was a cool experience, wait until you graduate from college.
That's what I'm saying, and it's not going to be virtual.
It's not. You get to walk across
That's
the
the first time I ever get to graduate. You know?
For real. And you listen, be right there with you. We're right there for it. Always. I don't care where I'm at. I'm gonna come back for it. And so, yeah, I really don't care about what's next. You have done a lot. You have there was a time we was in Frederick Douglass and the class wasn't really fully cooperating. Elder leaned. She leaned on him. Clean.
I remember this.
Yeah, she leaned on him clean. Let a few of them slip too. And it was needed, because the conversation was about them being the future, and if they don't step up, we ain't gonna have nobody else. Because as much as we like to think Heart Smiles is this giant thing, it's a few real heartbeats. It's a few. And it's even less black men. And so we need to build to keep the legacy going. Not just for Heart Smiles, not just for the community, but for the city. And if not the city, the world. Because we need better role models. We need better role models.
And understanding outside of this community, they don't love you. They don't. They see you as a number. They see you as a price tag, a toe tag, really. If we being honest. So, this country was not built for us. It was built on us. So we really just have to work together to pull each other up, because that unity you was talking about, without each other, we would really be nothing for real.
I can listen. That's why we need to keep these HBCUs around, all of them. That's a call for it, because people that look like me, people that look like you, we want to go to school with each other. It's just that simple. We want to go to school with each other. I know you ain't been living under a rock, so how you feel about the Jackson State situation with Deion Sanders?
Call me Patrick. Call me Patrick, because I have no idea what this man is talking about.
Lord. Deion Sanders is the head coach for the Jackson State University football team. HBCU, we're loved. It just got put on the map. If we must be honest, it just got put on the map. They've been winning games by big numbers. I'm talking blowing people out 68-10. Yeah, big numbers. Deion Sanders, Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame football player. Man's is a GOAT, greatest of all time in that conversation.
I thought I was the GOAT.
Football.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you ain't step on the field. I feel like if you step on the field, you hit him with a quick hezzy, but you ain't on the field yet. Right. That might be what's next.
That might be what's next.
That might be. But that's not what's next.
Right. So, that's not what's now. Right. So, let's talk about Deion Sanders.
Yeah, so Deion Sanders, great guy, did all that. But he left Jackson State. He put them on the map. And now he's leaving Jackson State for PWI, which is Colorado.
Right.
For $5.5 million.
Oh, so he's a sellout.
That's what people be saying, but I'm going to tell you how it really goes. He was getting paid less money. He did so much for Jackson State, and they let his office get broken into. He wasn't truly respected or valued, even though he did so much. The reason why,
and that's fine.
Yeah, the reason
you gotta go where you value. Point blank, period. Regardless of what the skin color is. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you a sellout.
At first.
Sorry, I didn't hear the whole story.
Yeah, so and the funny thing is, how we know he's not a sellout is because when he left, most of the kids into the transfer portal and went to Colorado with him. So I don't think Jackson State gonna be alive up under the water that long. But we're gonna work for it, and we're gonna try to get it together, because we don't want to lose an HBCU because one man left. But at the same time,
so do you think that's like a form of educational gentrification? Yo, I just made that up.
She definitely. Wow.
But you get what I'm saying?
I do, and I don't really know. I don't know if I want to put it in that category yet. I want to see where this, because it's developing. He signed the contract. He's gone after this season, but at the same time, he's still there now, and they still got games. So I want to see where this goes. and I'm gonna keep you updated on it.
Thanks. Yeah, definitely keep me updated.
And do you have any questions for me?
No.
Thank you. I definitely was a little nervous about that. I ask everybody that question, but I get a little nervous about it. I think that's it. But before we go, I do really want to let you know, they say give the people the flowers while they're here. I ain't got physical flowers at the moment. But you'll get some on that when you graduate without COVID. Yay. Yay. But you have truly helped me and shaped me in many ways. It's not a lot of people, especially around my age, that can say that they've had a hand in my process of shaping and making. You have done that. You helped me see the beauty of the concrete roads. And you also, watching you do what you do is amazing. I've told you this the last time I see you, but you truly inspired me to do so much. Truly. Without Eldon, it might not be a me. Truly, the main reason.
I don't know if I can handle all of this
I
right
know,
now. Like, I'm feeling like Miss Joni with my ice box. Like, I always get so uncomfortable with conversations like these.
Yeah, but it's the truth, because if you didn't do what you did in Harsh Miles might not be where it's at. And if you didn't do what you did individually, I might not have met you. There's so many ties to that icebox that reaches right down onto me. So you never know who you helping and who you're inspiring. So just keep doing what you're doing. I thank you so much. You know I love you.
Yo, I love you, man.
I love you so much.
It was an honor coming here, spitting on your mic. You feel me? Coming through. I love microphones. Like I love talking in the mic. Like I'm so tired. Like on the way here, I was like, I'm so tired.
I knew you was
But
tired.
I love G Channel. So
I love
know
you
what it
too.
is.
I knew you was tired. Girl, I was tired too. Remember, y'all left me out in the
I
cold.
just got finished smoking them on a bowling tip.
Won the first game. Say it again.
I won both games.
We gonna let that slide? Okay, we letting that slide. You won both games.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
We love y'all. We checking out Man G Channel every single time we coming hard. Let's get it. Let's get it.
She on the line now. This her podcast. Oh my God.
Let's get it. Well, yeah, checking out on the line. See y'all next time.
See y'all next time.